it's the Hella Bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bringing out the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the day. Hurry up, the common list. You know we love it, the sacred thing.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. I am one of 3 hosts, Christian Cortez, joined always by
Michael Zapsik, and to my right, the lovely and talented and beautiful and effervescent
Julia.
Just go down.
that girl.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to get as many of my
in there.
thesaurus words as I could in there.
You read some words in the thesaurus, and I was like, I just want to use these today.
Yes, those are my word-a-day calendar.
Hey, guys, I don't know if you noticed this, but Jules is in person today.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
She's
baby.
recovered. We're glad to have you back.
You know what? It's so funny that you use that word.
Recovered?
Yeah, because guess what today is? 25 years sober.
What?
Yeah.
Fucking A right. That's
25
awesome.
years.
They were trying to like squash my head. I swear
Oh,
to
yeah,
God.
that was the exact
that
point
was-
of it.
25
Congratulations.
years
Yes.
ago, I moved all of the alcohol from in the apartment into
Out.
the hallway.
Oh.
I couldn't give it up entirely. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't drinking. That was my last drink.
But you moved it out of sight. To an
but
extent.
I couldn't have it. I couldn't get rid of it right away. It took about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I had it in a box.
But since the last drink.
yes. In a
That's
box. Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
That
And
is
then, like,
so
right?
cool.
5 months later, we started dating. The boxes were out of the hallway, so that was good.
Yeah,
That
well,
would've
because I was
triggered me,
dating a
so-
sober person. I'm
Yeah.
like, I wonder how he'd feel about the fact that I have about, I don't know, 30 gallons of assorted alcohol kind of like stashed.
Give her the congratulations she
In case I have
deserves
to
in the
break that.
comments,
Hell
everybody.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
some fucking, that's awesome.
Right?
That's
I know.
so
He
dope.
reminded me this morning. I was like, what?
Oh, wait, and
He's
then you
like,
guys dated 5 months later? Like, how'd you guys known each other for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the story that we tell people that aren't already clued in is that we met through mutual friends, which we did. We're
Yeah.
friends of Bill, so
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go, that a girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friends of Bill. I like that. That
Not Bozo.
Not Bill Bozo.
No.
He's the one who gets people
Yeah, he's the
sick.
one who gets people sick.
Fucking typhoid
Typhoid
Boza.
Bill.
Typhoid
Bill.
Boza.
Typhoid
I
Bozo.
know, it was
Yeah.
great.
I'm going to
It
call
was
him that
great.
in my phone from now
Yeah,
on.
we
Typhoid
sort of hung out a
Bozo.
little bit. It was nice. Well, I told you the story, right? Actually, we did. We both had friends in the rooms,
Mhm.
and I had a friend, gal. He had a friend, a guy. The guy was having all the guys over to watch baseball.
We were
She
watching
had
the
a
World Series.
she had a crush on one of the guys that went to the house.
Mhm.
So she invited me along as her wingman so she could cozy up to this other guy. So I go over there, and so we started getting to know each other a little bit and talking, but really it was like, just like, hi, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Then one day in the rooms, so we're waiting for the meeting to start. And I see him sitting there, and he's sitting there like this with his head in a big copy of Wizard
Wizard
magazine. Do you remember Wizard magazine?
I do. Well, I
And
never
he's
personally read it,
he's
but I know what
sitting
it
there.
is.
He's sitting there really, really intently looking at it. And I had been reading, and I don't claim to be like an eighth of the collector or have the knowledge that he has, but I've been reading X-Men and Neil Gaiman stuff for a while. So I walk up, I look over his shoulder, and I'm like, oh, something I could talk to him about. So I said, oh, do you collect? And he looked at me.
Turned
But he didn't
over.
even
Do
look.
I
He didn't even look up.
collect?
No. No. He
Son
didn't even
of a-
look up. He's just sitting there. He's like, mm-hmm.
Because I
he didn't
heard a
even look
rash
at
of
me
shit
because
from people.
he's like,
I
and
hear a
later,
rash of shit
later he
all
told
the
me he was
time.
waiting to hear like, oh, you collect comic books with your comic book boy.
Now hold on. In my defense,
Yeah.
right now,
People always gave you shit.
people always gave me
Mhm.
shit for, and to be honest,
Because this was before it was cool to be a nerd.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and
yeah.
at that point, I'd been a closet nerd up to that point, and I'm like, fuck you all.
Uh,
I really,
So
I
he
was like,
broke out
fuck it.
that-
So I'm
broke out
there
the
with the
Wizard.
Wizard,
That's
and
right.
I had just broken up with. Actually, I got. This is the first time I had ever broken up with a woman. I usually made them break up with me.
the ladies' man.
This
All
time.
right.
So
Oh,
I broke
yeah.
up with her, and
It's a heartbreak.
her biggest bitch was, and she complained to Babette that I read comic books and I was a juvenile and yada
What?
yada yada.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so once I found that out, I was like, fuck that. And then then this woman comes over,
All right.
very attractive woman.
That he'd
like,
seen me a couple
"Oh,
times before
you
at the
collect?"
house. Yes, and he's like, mm-hmm. So
And we had very pleasant conversations before.
but like very cursory, right? So then he says, so I'm standing there, I don't know what to say, and he says, "You too?" Like just like real kind of snotty,
Yeah.
and kind of challenging. And I'm like, I said, I'm really digging the X-Men, the most recent run of X-Men. And he just like all of a sudden, like the corners of his mouth kind of like twitched, and he sticks his foot out, still like reading the book, and just like pulls a chair up beside him, and he goes, "Have a seat." So we started talking. A week later, we went on our first date. And
it's
that
true.
next day, he brought all of his shit over to my apartment,
Pretty
and he moved
much.
in.
Okay.
And we've been together ever since.
But I
Aw.
still paid
Mhm.
fucking rent for like 6 months.
Yes, you did.
At
Just in
my-
case.
No, not just in case.
Just in case I turned out
No.
to be one of those wacky chicks.
No.
Yeah, and he had
No.
to
It was-
crawl out a window.
Listen,
No.
Mike came out of the nerd closet for you, so
Yeah.
like this was a big
It's
deal.
true.
He needed a
It was.
sanctuary.
It's
He
true.
needed a bat cave.
No, I
True.
actually my roommate Pizza John, who actually has been on Ming and Mike.
Mhm.
He was a convicted bank robber.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. You don't have to hold that in my face.
No,
I've
We
got
should
one
have
right here.
Pizza on. He would
We
love to
should have
tell
pi-
his story
hey,
about
Pizza,
robbing banks.
if you're
That's
listening. Yeah, we actually did.
yes.
I had
Pizza John, that's right.
I had
So me and Mike can write your movie.
yeah. That's no. I can do it from memory. For God's sakes, it was actually pretty.
I don't know that
Terrifying.
it's a screenplay
Oh my
worthy. Was it
Is it
terrifying,
comic book?
really?
Is it comic book worthy?
Yes, it was.
Really, it was
Okay.
terrifying. He was nicknamed the Smiling Bandit.
Yeah, he was the smiling. No, it's terrifying because it's like my friend's
That's
going
terrifying.
to jail.
Well,
know
yeah,
he's
yeah,
going
that's
to
true.
jail.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That we had pictures of him. It was on the front page of the Post, and it was also on Channel 5 News.
Yeah, but then
So-
at the same time, don't you find that at least a little bit cool? Where you're like, yo, my friend robbed a bank. Nobody got hurt.
At least you weren't living with Norman Osborn.
No,
It's
I
like
wasn't.
Later, he
no.
finds out that he's like the fucking super villain or
how about-
something like
How about
that.
you find
yeah.
out that you're living with like Ted Bundy? You're like, holy shit.
Michael
Or
was
John
living
Wayne
with Shark
Gacy.
Man.
That would be really fucked up. It's
Yeah,
like John
yeah.
Wayne,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wandering around. "Oh, I'm going out, Mike. It's like he's dressed up like a clown.
Not for
Like,
nothing. I
see
think
you
that,
later,
that would.
buddy.
I think that would make a really funny, like, ongoing anthology comic where it's like,
Like my buddy Gacy.
So John
like, where
Rivera.
it's like you find out like your roommate is like a supervillain that's fought Superman, and you're just like, how the fuck do I deal with this? How do I ask this dude for rent?
Yeah, no,
Like-
seriously.
like-
Because he comes back, he's like eating a human liver. Like, what's going on, Mikey? Like, the fuck? It's like, you're leaving dishes in the fucking sink.
So John.
Really,
so-
am I?
So John Rivera says these two lovebirds had a shared pull list within a
That's
month.
very
So
true.
John, actually,
That's-
kind of true, but kind of not true. So the other thing is, so we start talking, and Michael's like, so where do you go get your books? And I said, well, I'm a reservist at Comics Plus, and his whole face just like
wah, wah. Deal
like-
breaker.
And,
Oh, no.
and he's like, you don't go to the stash? I'm like, what's that?
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So that's what I had to. That was my
it was
first
the scene,
introduction
It was
to the
the
secret
scene
stash.
in Guardians 2, the slow zoom in. What?
Yeah,
Now I
that
know
just-
that sounds bad.
that face, that just the falling face. Like, oh, for God's sakes, I
The-
can't
the-
believe you. Yes.
The dolly zoom in
Mhm.
Jaws. Do you go to the
Mhm.
stash? No.
No, actually,
It's
we're
like
like
total red
staring into
flag.
each other's face, and then you see Gacy's face come up.
What?
You
What
know
I'm
what
working on if
happens
Mike
to bad
Neal
little
fronted Jill takes Back to the
clowns?
Future. Well, I survived. I forget who it was. We were talking about something, and I made a faux pas, and I called out a character that was a DC character, and I said Marvel, and I survived that. But I did get the look and the instant correction. Like,
Oh.
they're Marvel, and it's like,
I wasn't trying to be a douchebag. I know it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you both kind of found someone who you could equally nerd out about,
Yes.
and it was
Yes.
okay that you could make those mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, to an extent, you instantly corrected yourself.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
did.
it was
and
still a
you
thing
know,
where it was like,
I
oh,
pledged never
I
to
could be
make that
just
mistake
as
again,
nerdy
yeah.
as I want. Like, let's
So that was
enjoy
good.
being out in the open nerds as much as we can.
So that was
Yes.
what, 25,
It was
26 years ago,
20,
right?
It was 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
25
So-
years ago in 5 months. 24 years in like 6 months.
Okay, so it's,
Wow.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward, and next week, the man and I are going to the Diamond Retailer Summit.
Yes, in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas, Texas. So every year, Diamond puts on a retailer summit. Retailers from all over the country, comic book retailers, join together and just trade, shop talk, and learn some of the new tips and tricks of the trade. Last year we went and we really dug into Previews Pull Box, which we hadn't been using previously, which is
Actually,
an online.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, I'm saying the pull box feature for
but
our reservists.
Yes, but I was going to say that I found out that we weren't even on
Part of it.
You could talk about that.
No,
now.
no,
Let me
yeah,
just
go
say-
ahead.
Yes, I will cede the floor back to you. I promise. So yeah, so we learned about that, and we're like, oh, that seems like a really good tool. It's for those of you who don't know, it's an online portal. It's free. You just create an account with your local comic book shop of choice, and but it doesn't have to be local. You could create an account with any comic book shop that participates in Pull Box all across the country. And then you can create your pull list, and your comic book shop pulls it for you. And then you either come pick them up like you normally do, or you can have your stuff mailed to you. But the nice thing is that you get to see the whole Previews catalog. So if you're a toy collector, if you like statues, you can add that to your list. And you can stop and start your runs whenever you want. So it's a really cool feature. Anyway, we came back and we're like all fired up. We're like, yes, we got to do that for the stash. So we did, and now that's a feature we have. And then
But
this year, yeah, well, and then
when we were down there, we found out
Yes,
we weren't
okay,
even
that's
on the
right.
comic shop locator list.
yes, that was
Which-
that was distressing.
Which needed to be fixed right away.
Which was
Absolutely.
immediately
Oh my
upon
God.
our return.
Because
Yes.
I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, we're not on the comic shop locator list.
Yeah.
What is going on with this?
So
And
if you typed in our name
Yeah,
a
in the
year
comic
ago,
shop locator,
well, not a year ago,
never would have
it
found
wouldn't have been. Wow.
Yeah,
No.
like a lot of other comic shops would have come up in the area,
Yeah.
but we didn't. So anyway, it's very good. We met a lot of people, came back. It was it's the kind of thing you go away, you learn, you meet people, you trade some ideas, you
And
come
this
back,
is
you're
year
all
2 for
fired
y'all?
up. So we're going back this year.
Yeah,
I've already
yeah.
got my eye on the next piece of the next tool that we're going to implement. The Overstreet online guide seems like a really cool tool, and it connects.
Well, nice.
It connects, like we can literally, and I have to figure this out. We can literally put some of the collections that we receive up on Overstreet, and then people from all around the country, all around the world, actually can see what we have and bid on it. So, but I like I said, I have to do more research and stuff like that. But it's wildly fascinating, and they do a nice job there. So
Nice.
yeah. So that's where we'll be next week. So we won't be on next week.
No, we will not.
We
Just
will
to
be-
give
No.
you a heads up.
Yes.
And also Engelbert. That's okay because since I've known you, I've been trying to figure out what Britt sees in you. So I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Christian and I like talk well into the night.
It's been hours long
Yes,
discussions and theories.
How?
We don't
I
get
don't
it.
know. And we're sitting there and we're also listening to Tina Marie albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crotchety old guys.
No, he's talking about Levy and
Levy.
Chris.
Levy and Chris. That's right. That's
Thank
right.
you,
So
Frankie.
anyway, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
So that's some of the cool stuff that's going on. Besides that, it's gorgeous weather. We've got a ton. I'm really surprised. I expected people to start coming in from on family vacations and stuff, but man, even before Memorial Day hit, we're getting so many folks coming in from all over the
Oh
world,
my God,
and
yeah.
Are you really-
they're on holiday.
Are you really
and
that
they're-
surprised? Like you guys are like one of if not the most famous comic book shop in the world.
Well, we
Like, yeah, you're not
always
on the
get-
locator, but at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time,
exactly.
We are now.
We are now, yeah.
now you
No,
are.
we
but-
always got people, but it started, and I don't know if it's because last year they were still doing street repairs, and you literally
my God.
could not park anywhere near the stash. And I think a lot of people probably just drove around and gave
Well, you
up.
also have to realize that a couple of people, and this is something I've encountered working at Smog Castle Cinemas,
Mm.
it was people also rediscovering that this place was still open because some people had forgotten that the old one had shut down and only had moved. They thought that Jay and Silent Bob's had just kind of left.
No.
No, a couple of people I had encountered were like, "Oh, wait, it's still around." So
Yeah,
now
I'm
it
sure
was
So
there
yeah,
are
check
some-
out the comic
Yeah.
shop locator, asshole. What the hell?
But no,
their own damn
it's
fault.
awesome to see them come in here.
Yeah.
I've been in here a couple of times where they're like, "Oh yeah, this is my first time in here," and I'm like, "Ooh, have fun!"
I know.
Like it's always dope. Like especially with like all the excellent new features that Ernie added when you guys
Mhm.
did the renovation. It's like it's truly like the fan destination.
Do you remember not too long ago when Carrie Elwes stopped by when he was in town to do his Count Basie thing, and he stopped by. And a gal, it was her. She had, it was on.
Hold on
her,
1 second.
It was on
I'm
her
sorry,
bucket.
you
It was
dropped his name.
it was on her bucket list to come, and she had no idea. We didn't know he was going to come by either. She had no idea he was going to be here, and she was also happened to be not only a huge Kevin Smith and Jay Muse and View Askew fan, but a huge fan of The Princess Bride and Carrie Elwes.
Oh,
so
my
she
God.
walked in,
Oh, my God,
and I
yeah,
thought we
come
were
on.
going to have to take her to Riverview. She literally, we had to sit her down, get her a glass of water. She started to hyperventilate. She's like, "I'm so sorry. Just being here, I was going out of my mind with excitement. And then to have him here, it's like, you never know what you're going to
She
find at the
started to
stash."
cry.
I know.
And
She
it
was so sweet. It was so sweet.
God love her.
Oh my god!
I love that.
And Mr. Elwes was absolutely charming.
Because
He
she was
so
over there
kind.
and she was shaking. She was literally
He literally
shaking.
was like holding
And
her,
I-
being like, "It's going to be
Well,
okay."
No, I actually
I mean, would
told
you
her.
not also shake in the presence
I know,
of Carrie?
I know.
Like,
I
come
know.
on.
Sweet.
I
It was very
wasn't, but
sweet.
I mean,
Come on, man.
So, so I walked her
Understood.
over. I'm like, "Mr. Elwes, would you please take a picture with this young lady? I think she's a fan." And she's like, "I love you." And tears are streaming down her face. And it was pretty damn dope.
Oh my god! That's so cool. That's so dope.
Chrissy,
I've encountered
you know,
someone like that who was like that
Glad to see.
for Kevin. I'll never forget that.
Oh
interaction.
my
interaction.
gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. Every time
I mean,
we do
you
an
guys have
event
definitely
here.
seen it, but the first time I
Yeah.
saw it, I was like, "Are you okay?"
You were in a
Like-
mirror. I love you, Kevin.
Chrissy says
It
that
was.
she's got 3 local comic book shops near her. She just discovered another one.
That's awesome.
Chrissy, that is so good to hear because we ask people that come in, different areas of the country. We're like, "Hey, do you have a local comic book shop, near you?" Because we know a lot of them have survived, but a lot of them haven't. And it's nice to hear when people say, "Oh yeah, I've got a shop that's been around for 20 years. Oh yeah, we've got a couple." So I'm glad that you have a few near you. That's very encouraging.
I actually just found out I have a comic book shop like right up the street where I'm at.
Really?
too.
What's it
And,
called?
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
put
we'll
him
have
on the
to-
spot.
Oh, sorry.
on.
It's
I'll
called
look up the
Christian's
name.
Neighborhood Comic Book Shop.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Michael
Is
and I
it-
will have to do a
Is
comics
it
crawl down there.
Steve's Comic Relief?
No, it's a hold on. Comic shop. I won't.
Okay, he's going to give him a shout
Comic
out.
Relief?
Yeah, Comic Relief.
Yeah. It is Comic
Yeah.
Relief. Yay!
They're a cool shop. I like it.
They're all right.
I dig the vibe in there. I only just saw it because I was like they're in kind of a weird little plaza.
Mhm.
But like once I figured out, I was like, oh, I see the word comics. Let me go walk in. Let me see what's up. And it was dope. It was
That's cool.
It was a nice little shop.
John
That's
Wayne
very,
Casey
very
was
cool.
behind the counter. What's
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, little clowny?
Now that's a comic book where he's operating a fucking
You're
comic
walking
book
in,
shop.
it's like, "Hello, kids."
Oh,
Oh, my
You're not going
God.
to make us do
A
that for
comic
the
book
rest of
shop
the week,
run
are
by
you?
fucking serial killers. Okay, cool.
Oh man.
Ooh. Okay.
They're just
Anyway.
as nerdy as we are. There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, I had an idea for a comic line called Serial Killers, and it was like the Trix Rabbit was a fucking. He went on sprees, and Lucky
Tricks are
Charm-
only for kids.
Yeah.
He kills adults that
Yeah.
eat tricks.
Yeah. Motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah,
He's just a little too cuckoo.
he's cuckoo for a couple of things.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, and that's.
Hello, Joshua. And
I thought that would be cool.
Yes.
I think that'd be dope.
Hello, Stuart
Everybody's got at least like
Greenberg.
a couple.
Hello,
of
hello.
comic
And
book
yes, Scott
ideas in there.
Hoverman,
So
owner of 3 Alarm Comics down in Mississippi, is going to be out in Dallas with us.
And
as
yeah,
well.
let's talk about Scott Hoverman
Yes. Scott
and 3 Alarm Comics, who is we love 3 Alarm Comics down
Absolutely,
in
we
Biloxi,
do.
Mississippi.
Yep. And Scott does Facebook Live streaming events every once in a while with Scott. We have to schedule another one of those. Invite Darren next time.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mike, I'm not I do not mean to put you on the spot here for a
Go
second,
ahead.
but I have a question for you.
Sure.
And this is if we want to make this a segment, we can, but I'm just curious.
Sure.
And I'm calling this What Would Mike Zapsik Do?
Okay.
Mike, if you, and this is kind of like a spin-off of Fuck the Suits per se.
Okay.
Ooh,
So like if Michael Zapsik was in charge of something, or at least if like you had the power to do something, like
Yes.
let's say in this hypothetical situation,
Okay.
we're in the middle of the comic book crisis.
Okay.
You're head of whatever comic book company you get to pick. You're either head of Marvel or DC,
I would be
and you
DC,
get
but go
to
ahead.
you be DC. Okay,
Right.
you get to steer the ship.
Right.
What would Mike Zapsik do?
What would I do?
Yes.
Oh my God. I would assign people, writers, artists, and I would lock them into a 1-year contract for each one of
Okay.
the comic books that the like Superman. The
Yes.
Superman, I'd get whoever to do that, and I would break them up. All stories are valid, right?
Yes.
All of them. Like I've pitched this a couple of times. Like you have the Batman run, you have the Batman comic family. So
Right.
it's Batman and detective. You have it where Batman is actually a detective, and it's a noir, very animated.
Yeah, noir action.
Yeah, the animated series feel where you have like realistic tech, like tech right now, but
Mhm.
also old timey shit still
Mhm.
going around, like the dirigibles.
You kind of like what Gotham did, where it was
Yeah, a
like
little
kind
bit.
of set
Almost
in
like
a
a
time
steampunk,
period.
Little
almost like a steam,
steampunky,
like
yeah,
a
a little
steampunk
bit.
vibe
Little
to it.
steampunky.
Yeah. That's what it
But
sounds like.
he's got a mystery that he needs to solve. So you do that, and it's set like in a 30s type of situation. Then you have Batman, Shadow of the Bat, where he deals with the supernatural elements of the DC universe. Then you have Batman Brave and the Bold, where he teams up with other
Heroes.
other heroes.
Kind of like what the animated series that we just
Almost, but
had,
they
but more
come
so in comic book form.
exactly like sometimes his work takes him out of town. He's got to go to
Yeah.
Hub City or wherever.
He's not Gotham exclusive.
right. He's going to Ivy and what is it?
Him and Gotham are in an open relationship. at
Yeah,
this point.
exactly. Yes. And then you've got Batman, where he just kicks the living shit out of punks in Gotham City, and you've got the Joker and the villain of the month.
Mhm.
And Superman, you do the same thing for. Like Superman, Man of Tomorrow is like Superman out in the greater universe.
Yes.
You can have him doing stuff.
So you would have like stories that were not only localized, international, but then cosmic.
yes,
So each character, in a way, could live in. Well, yes, they're all the same line of characters and stories,
absolutely.
but they're each in each line that you're describing. They're each experiencing something at a different level of things. Like,
Right.
yes, you want more Gotham-based storytelling. You've got this.
Right.
You want more Batman kind of going all over. You got that covered.
Right.
And then Batman and the Supernatural, which
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm
hell
in.
yeah.
I'm in. I always like that, especially because like Batman and Bruce Wayne are the two characters you would think like would not believe in the supernatural, would try and like have an excuse for it, at least in my
Mhm.
opinion. But then him being like so cool around ghosts and stuff like that, I love that.
Yeah.
And
He dated Zatanna, for God's sakes.
wait, what?
Yeah. Bruce Wayne dated Zatanna.
Well, damn, fucking
He's a player.
yeah.
He's a player, man. And then, you have Superman. I would make Justice League a quarterly book
Ooh.
where everything leads up to it. And you have Green Lantern, and there's a Green Lantern Corps. So have it a twice monthly thing where you have the Green Lanterns of Earth, and then you've got the Green Lanterns of the cosmos.
Ooh.
And they're all. You can even have like backup stories where they're patrolling.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all still somewhat interconnected, but like they're all still focused on their solo stories and missions.
Yeah.
And it makes people, and I love that kind of branch of that way of thinking about it, especially with the quarterly Justice League. It makes event comics again, kind of like how we have it with like event movies in the
Of course.
MCU, where we wait for Avengers movies and stuff like that.
Of course, and you have things building up towards it.
Yeah.
And you have Nightwing, who's in the background, and you've got him taking over Bloodhaven, and he'll team up with Bruce every once in a while, and you'll see him interacting with the rest of the Bat family, like Huntress and Batgirl and Damian and
Mhm.
Tim Drake, and I think that's really cool. And have him at odds. I think the most, and this is just me, but I think that the coolest villains are the ones who used to be heroes.
Yeah.
Like, so Red Hood.
Listen,
Here's a guy who
'cause-
was trained by Batman.
Yeah, because you're taking everything that we know in terms of fighting style and knowledge from Batman and just being like, hey, now he's bad.
Yeah.
Like that's terrifying. Like that's what makes Red Hood is a great example. That's what makes Red Hood a great fucking villain.
Yeah.
And there's a Green Lantern villain that is almost the exact same way, where he was part of the Lantern Corps. He's a Yellow Lantern.
You're not
he was-
thinking of Sinestro.
Oh no,
I'm thinking of a Green Lantern character.
there was Sinestro.
I mean, Sinestro.
Yeah, Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Sinestro used to be. He was like the greatest of the Green Lanterns.
He was kind of like what Lightbringer, right? He's kind of like the Satan of the Green Lantern Corps. He used to,
Yeah.
he was the brightest.
Oh, he's like the
most
Voldemort.
wonderful.
We don't talk about that motherfucker.
Yes, but then he fell. You know.
Well, the Guardians are a
tragically.
bunch of douchebags,
Yeah.
so I mean, like arrogant pieces of.
Before we get too far away, Joshua has a question,
Mhm.
and he's very curious to know the answer. Do you mind if I
Sure.
stop, pause, and ask? If I were to give someone a gift and it was a Detective Comics 1000 Neil
Okay.
Adams variant, which one should I give and keep? 1 out of 2,500 color or 1 out of 1,000 black and white?
Okay, Joshua.
Ooh.
Which one do you like better? Because whichever one you like better, give that away. Because that's going to be the one that it's going to mean something a little bit more. If you like the black and white and you're like, this is really cool, I think that this would look better in my collection, give that one away.
So Joshua says that the black and white really speaks more to him. He just said black
Then
and white.
give away the black and white.
Give away the black and white
Because
one.
then that way it's a way more authentic gift. Because then it's like,
Yeah.
because this is something I would keep, but I love you
Yeah.
enough to give it.
Yeah, unless you don't
okay.
like the guy, then fuck him and keep them both. But, I mean,
It's
that's just me.
signed by Neil.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Are they both signed by Neil?
and COA.
Wow.
If they're both signed by Neil, and they both have the COA, that's a tough one. I mean,
I can't imagine. I'm not having a hard time imagining.
They're
like,
both signed.
But do you know exactly what he's talking about? Can you see the images in your mind?
I mean,
the covers. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're all Batman. Batman 1000. You want to pull that up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pull it up and show
Okay.
the people.
All right. So
1000 Neil
I guess
Adams.
Joshua, the bottom line is if this is a very special gift for a very special person, and you want to
One
demonstrate
for 1,000.
just how
1,000.
important they are to you, then you'll give away the one that means the most to you. Hence my troubled thoughts. Yeah, right?
Ooh, wow.
Up.
Oh, all right. Let me pull up a photo. for
Oh,
you.
okay. Well,
Yeah, everybody-
I love Stu, the practical one, is in here. He goes, signed by Neil. Keep it. Keep it.
That's
Keep
dope.
it. It's
It's
now
very.
buy gold and hang on to your Neil Adams signed Batman 1000. Part of your investment strategy for the future. That is pretty badass.
And it's
Look at that.
for Kevin for his early birthday gift.
Wow.
Boss,
Yeah.
I mean that in a loving way, but I think Kevin would want you to hold on.
Yeah,
to
he
that.
would want you to keep it.
Yeah,
Because Kevin, you know what? This is, and it's a very sweet gift.
don't get it
do
twisted.
not-
That's a great gift.
That is very thoughtful. But I'm going to tell you, Kevin wrote one of the stories in there, and I think he got all the covers. So
While it is appreciated, it's like
yeah, you're giving
you've got the fucking gold keys
Yeah.
right now. You keep those.
yeah. Hold on to him. You want to give Kevin something? Hang around. Then
You want to give Kevin something?
Keep
Come to
fighting.
the
Yeah.
Secret Stash or come to Smod Castle
Yeah.
for an event.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a few tickets. Oh, I'll do a little bit of a
yeah, and that's
little
exactly
dance.
Stuart's
we have a
right.
few. Yeah, we have a few tickets left for the July 2nd, second day of the Secret Stash press signing. So you could come hang out with
And
him
Gilbert,
and
Yeah.
talk with him on Sunday, July 2nd, Secret Stash press. And
we have like two or three tickets left. That's it.
no, I think we have. Well, but we don't have a lot of left.
We don't
but
have
I think
a
we have
lot
a few
left.
more than that. So if you wanted to come with a couple of friends,
Oh,
you
funny.
could definitely get tickets together. But yeah, I think we're only down to maybe 10 or 20 total. So yeah, it's getting pretty slim pickings. But anyway, you could do that, or Kevin has some stuff going on all summer long, in and out. at Smodcastle too.
There will
so-
always be an opportunity, whether
Yeah.
it's here or Smodcastle Cinemas, to either meet Kev or go to an event with him, because we're always doing stuff.
And Joshua, if you want to give him the blank variant, that's a good enough gift right there. Now, I don't think he ever got one of those. If what you're saying is true, then yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, you're gonna be here for Batman Beyond and Curry On. Awesome, dude.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. That's gonna be dope. I'm excited for that weekend. I'm
When
excited
When is
to
the Golden Calves dinner?
Golden Calves dinner?
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
I believe, and I'm not an expert, but I believe it's one of the levels of part of that Kevin Smith Club.
Okay.
If you're a golden calf, I think that you get a special dinner. So it's pretty cool, right?
I think that
SpaghettiOs.
sounds
Pretty cool
pretty
perk.
dope.
Nice.
Pretty cool perk.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss this
I
weekend.
don't know the whole story, but apparently Kevin made hummus. I don't know if it was at the Golden Calves dinner last time, but he made hummus for somebody and they left without it. So
Hey.
There's
I
this
just- I just
legendary
saw-
hummus I know that's been like floating around either between Kevin or the guy who shot Clerks 3.
oh
Makes
really?
this amazing hummus apparently.
Really?
And I've heard
Okay.
so much about it that I'm like, this is the stuff of legend. I
No,
need to.
you can't eat it now.
Well, I know not
No.
now, but
now,
like
now you're like it'll never.
I heard
live
it's
up to-
delicious.
Well, not as delicious as you think.
Oh, sure.
No, I'm telling you.
All right. So the legend is probably more delicious than it is in my
it
head.
probably is.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
Thanks for the
You're-
advice.
it's
You are most
delicious
welcome,
legend.
man.
you got it, Joshua. So yeah, that's what I would do, and I would make all the team books, especially, and I would bring back the Justice Society. I would make them.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Ooh, that's
The
cool.
That
Justice
would be-
Society
that would
needs
be
to come back,
awesome.
and they need to come back in the proper universe. And
So what does that mean for people that aren't familiar with?
people who aren't they've been hanging out there forever, and the Justice Society, when Jeff Johns did it, when he
Mhm.
was writing it,
Mhm.
it was a team of prominence. Then he left, and then they canceled it because it was not a team of prominence. Mark Guggenheim.
Sort of like the history of the gods, right? When gods are worshipped avidly, their
Yes.
power increases, and when they're forgotten, they fade away. So the Justice
Not always.
So
And
the Justice Society needs to be
yes, and
needs
so
to
do the
be
Legion of
resurrected.
Superheroes. For God's sakes, we need the Legion of Superheroes back in the DC universe proper.
Yeah, but
Proper.
the way that you would propose like those like quarterly Justice League comics, I would kind of even build the hype on that and make like a Justice Society almost a once a year thing.
Yeah.
Make it like a super be like
Well, they used to do that back in the 60s and 70s. When the Justice Society didn't have their own book, they would cross over with the Justice League. It would be like a two-parter.
Okay.
And,
oh, that's cute.
and
I like that.
they'd come over from Earth 2 and then have a big party. And somebody would die. And then,
and then you know,
hilarity ensues.
yeah. We'll
That's
avenge
pretty
them
funny.
and then party again, celebrate, go back to their other universe, and call it a day.
Sounds about right. Hello, Patrick Krantz from
We just
Wisconsin.
found out we just found out exactly who
Who left the
who
hummus?
left the hummus. So DJ,
DJ.
don't ever leave the hummus. That's
Don't
going
forget the
full
hummus
Don
this
Knotts,
year.
buddy.
Don't forget the hummus.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's been going on in
Yeah,
terms
what's
of
been
like
going on with you?
there's not much in terms of like nerdy stuff. There was one thing that I read today that I was kind of annoyed by, and it was just it's not necessarily a James Gunn decision yet, but it is something DC related right now, and it's that we all know Flash is going to do really fucking well at the box office.
Yes.
It's going to kill. It's going to make some
And
money.
we
You
know
think so?
why it's going to do.
Yeah,
my
we know
yes.
why.
Because of Batman.
Yeah.
Because of
Because of Batman.
because of multiple Batmans.
Also, oh my I'll tell you after the show. I got someone spoiled the whole thing
No,
No.
for me. Yeah.
bastards. Oh.
And it was at a fucking event we had locally. This guy shouted in the audience, guys, if you know a piece of insider
Don't
information
do
about a
it.
movie,
Don't be a
Oh,
douchebag.
don't
come
ruin it for
on.
the entire fucking audience, because I don't get mad very easily. You guys know this. I like to be a very happy-go-lucky type of dude, but when I get fucking mad about certain things, it ain't pretty. I was ready to throw a dude out of Smodcastle, Fresh Prince style.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's
I
just,
would've
that's,
hated to see that.
completely
that's wrong.
completely spoiled the surprise of it. Now, that is not where I was ticked off, though. And it was the decision that apparently after all is said and done with everything that happened with Ezra Miller, he is more than likely going to keep his role as the Flash moving forward. Which, I mean, I am not very happy with that decision. I mean, I understand like there were some mental health issues, but then at the same time, you are your own human being. You take responsibility for that. You are responsible for your own actions done under those circumstances. Like, no.
So, and I'm sorry, I don't follow a lot of the. I don't want to say gossip, but I don't follow that. Like, I know he took some heat. He did some inappropriate things, but I'm not really sure.
This dude practically like started a little mini cult. Like, this dude was weird.
Okay,
it got very strange. The only thing with him is that he didn't
he
get
break
like
in
fully
and steal
convicted.
something?
Yeah, robbery. Like,
okay, yeah.
Like other things that people would have definitely gotten fired
Wasn't
for.
like almost human trafficking too?
Yeah, there was some like light version.
Sketchy human
So
trafficking.
the only thing I know is that when someone mentioned today that we might bring this up, I did like look him up real quickly, and I didn't have a chance to read it, but like I've forgotten how. Does he seem like a plastic person to you? Like, does he have like a plastic look to him? Like,
Who, Ezra Miller?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
doesn't look like a fully formed person. He
they
looks
promised
like
him that if Flash did well, he could be a real boy. So
It's just he just kind of like I don't know.
it's true.
There's something about him that's a little off-putting.
Wait a minute.
Like,
if Flash did well, he would get turned into a real boy. I don't know why that's so fucked up.
I don't know.
But
And then I read that he broke into somebody's house. and I'm like, okay.
Just a lot of fucked up shit. Like, and people at DC were fired for way less. I was seeing people make the comparison. Well, Ray Fisher was fired
He
because
kidnapped a child?
What?
yeah, and human
Holy
trafficking. Like, did I say that? Human
I
trafficking?
think we both did.
Okay. Sorry. No, there's no light form of human trafficking, but they're trying to pass it off as light human trafficking.
Yeah, like it's
Oh.
they're
it's
trying
not-
to like diminish it,
Yeah.
which is it's
'Cause
all very fucking strange. That's the
Yeah.
thing is like he's done some
He's-
really fucking weird
some
shit,
heinous,
weirdly
shit.
heinous shit, and he still gets to keep his job. And I'm not okay with that. And I really like
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I'm not excited for the Flash movie because of the Flash.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited for the Flash movie because of the
that. Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, exactly.
Because let's put it this way.
I may have to stay home and wait for that to come out on streaming.
No,
again.
we'll
No,
go and watch
it's
it.
a big screen.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah.
unfortunate thing. Is like this could have been avoided way ahead of time because his legal issues started before they even started making the Flash.
And they trashed Batgirl. I mean, they completely they spent $250 million and just fucking threw it out. Like, meh.
I still refuse to believe it was that bad.
So do I. And I doubt it was.
Someone's got to
refuse.
leak that at some point.
They will.
It will, but it'll be like a work print with like bullshit VFX.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of a leak, kind of like what happened with the OG Fantastic Four movie
And the Wonder
the
Woman.
Roger Corman.
The Wonder Woman with Adriana Padalecki.
Yeah, with her pilot.
Which actually, that was good.
Was it? I
Yeah,
never
it
saw
was not bad at all. So I liked it.
I mean, her as a casting choice, I don't mind.
No.
But like, I never saw the leak. But at the same time, I'm just like, I do think it'll eventually wind up somewhere. I don't know where in Warner Brothers this movie is, but it is somewhere on a drive, and someone's got access to it.
Yeah.
Someone.
I'm
does.
not saying that anybody should, send it over to what's our email?
I'm not
address?
saying that no one should send it to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash at gmail.com.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not saying that.
Or send it to jayandbobstuff@gmail.com.
I was going to say, please
Yeah.
don't do that. 'Cause
Don't do
I don't
that.
think that email exists. But yes,
No,
the
Jay,
crew
but
is skew. The crew is skew at gmail.
the crew skew.
exists, yes.
Yeah, don't send it to the crew skew at gmail.com.
You can.
Any
I mean, no,
shoots over it.
don't
do
right.
it.
Don't do it.
Don't
No.
send it to
By
us.
the way, may I just? We were not. This is kind of bothering me that I'm looking over here and I'm seeing all these people like, did he just say human trafficking light? That we were not saying that. We were saying that they're trying to pass it off as, just some light genocide,
Yeah. Because that's how they're trying to make it
Yeah.
seem
like
with what he's done.
brush it under the rug, and we're like, wait. And there are people, and not just me, who have long memories and hold the fucking grudge. And I'm saying not
What?
just me.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I hold grudge.
No.
I know, honey. I know it's hard
You
to believe.
hold
I
grudges?
know, buddy. It's hard to believe that I hold grudges. But and there's going to come a time when retribution will come down. It just does. Karma's a bitch, and she's kind of proud of it.
Give it to Ryan Reynolds. It'll get out somehow then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not bad. Yeah.
That's not a bad
Or
idea.
Tom Holland. Tom Holland should get
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, send it to tomholland@gmail.com. And everybody will have it.
Let's just sit with Tom Holland down for an interview. He'll
Yeah.
just tell us the whole script.
Yes.
Be like, all right, interior Gotham City skyline day. Like, all right, dope.
All
Now
right,
I
are we
guess-
doing top 5?
Oh, we gotta do top
We gotta
5.
do top
Oh
5.
yeah, we have a thing we got to do. It is
Yeah.
called Top 5. You ready for it, folks?
Top 5! Top 5! Top 5! Yeah! Top 5! Top 5! Top 5! Yeah! Top 5!
All right, Mike, what we got?
I'm putting on my professorly glasses, and let's see what we got here. This is this week's top 5. This week is a very light week for the comics in general. So we didn't, being Memorial Day, there weren't a whole lot that came in, but what did come in was really, really good. So in no particular order, I am going to start with World Tree. World Tree number 2. If you remember, World Tree number 1 was on my
That was on
This
the
last time.
Yeah.
World Tree number 1.
So it's held up.
It has.
Yeah, the
This
story
is
is held
actually
up, okay.
really, really. I thought you were saying hold it up, so I'm holding it up. But World Tree, it's the undernet. There is something in
Even deeper than
even
the dark
deeper
web?
than the dark web, and it might just take human form.
Mm.
So this is a little bit of a mystery, and James Tynion IV is putting out some kick-ass indie titles. So this is really, really good.
Yeah.
From a friend of mine, the North Valley Grimoire.
Ooh.
This is by Blake Northcott and Giuseppe Cafaro. I'm
And
assuming.
Brian, we just left someone else.
Brian Valenza.
There we
He's
go.
the colorist. So and it's Northworld Publishing, which I think that's Blake's thing.
Yeah.
But this
Blake's
is
imprint?
Blake's imprint.
Is Blank your friend?
Blake is my friend. She's Canadian,
Okay.
which I don't hold against her. She's also
Nice of
Czech
you.
and Irish, so that's pretty cool. She's a friend of Ming and mine. We had met her a
Czech
couple
and
of times.
Irish.
Yeah.
She could be your sister, maybe.
I know, or
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah,
Could be a
maybe a
cousin.
cousin. That's true.
Sure.
I was just trying to read the quotes on the back too.
Yes, I love
Oh.
this book by Mark Millar.
Yeah.
And what's it
This is
What's it
about combat magicians, which may come as
That's such a cool phrase.
what combat magicians.
Combat magicians.
I know this guy works for like the CIA adjacent, and he goes around and he picks up artifacts. So jerk offs who don't know how to deal with magic don't get their hands on it.
So it's
and
like
use them.
Warehouse 13
Yeah.
meets
meets Hogwarts. Yeah, meets
Okay.
Harry Potter.
I'm in.
Okay.
I like
There you
that
go.
style. All right.
All right.
Cool.
So I'm going to give you the big one. DC Pride 2023 number 1. This is an anthology book, and it's actually really, really well done. Very short, easy to read stuff in here. We have it was hinted at but never confirmed that
beautiful looking
Connor
artwork
Hawk,
in there.
Green Arrow's son,
Mhm.
is gay, and he's gay. So
Okay.
congratulations. There you go. And he came out of the closet here, or came out.
In this comic. Okay, cool.
I think he came out someplace else, but I couldn't find anywhere else.
Now are the stories here, do they take characters that exist in the
Yes.
current storytelling
That are gay.
and they bring them in? So this is not sort of like recasting characters
No,
No, this
just
is
for a different
characters who are
perspective
already
in the
They're
story.
established.
Got it.
They're
got it, got it,
established.
Okay.
gay.
Gay. Yeah.
Okay.
gay, trans, or
anybody on this in the
and they have pinups in
LGBTQ.
here, which is actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's some cool ones. Like we've got Crush, who's Lobo's daughter.
What?
Crush is Lobo's daughter.
I didn't
she
know
was part
Lobo
of the-
had a child.
Yes, I know. There's a guy who really shouldn't be replicating.
No.
And she crash lands on Dinosaur Island, where Harley and Poison Ivy are having.
She sounds like I don't even know anything about this character, but
Crush?
she sounds like someone who would belong really well on the Harley Quinn animated show.
Yes, she would. She'd be great. And Tim Drake runs into Connor Hawke, and they're talking, and they actually verbally bitch slap Damian Wayne, which I love. That was great. And then
It doesn't take much. He's a child.
exactly, and then you've got Midnighter and Apollo, who were the first. I think that was the first gay wedding in comics. So
Really?
yeah,
It wasn't. Oh gosh, who was the Canadian?
no,
It
you're
wasn't
thinking
Hawk and Dove.
You're thinking North Star.
Oh, okay.
North Star and his boyfriend, or
is dope.
husband. So this is, and it's got some
And
great
DC's been
talent
doing
here.
this for like the past couple of years.
Yeah,
where
they have.
put out this book every June, and this is just the latest.
Yep,
Nice.
and it's very, very cool.
Well, good on you, DC. It looks like you put out another banger of a book.
Damn straight.
Yeah, DC's got several titles that look really, really interesting coming out in June for Pride Month. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're really.
What we got next? Because I
Next
see this one. This cover has me
Yeah,
very
that is
intrigued.
that is very cool.
All right, so this is actually really, really cool. Doctor Strange number 3. Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange. What's up? What did it say?
Engelbert, you've outdone yourself.
No, that's not even funny.
Did you see it?
Ming is
Christian?
not a
Christian?
comic. Trust me. So,
You made a really nice Reed Richards, though. I do have to
I was
say,
amazing.
almost as good as Kraushaw.
Kwiatkowski?
Yes, that
Whatever his
guy.
name is.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
John Krasinski,
Krasinski, yes,
whatever the hell
yes.
his name is.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Jack
what's
Ryan.
this comic about?
So this is awesome. So Stephen Strange is back. He's married or hanging out with Clea, his paramour.
Mhm.
Clea's the niece of Dormammu.
I've come to
Ooh.
bargain.
Yes, that's exactly it. And guess what? It's Parlay Day. And Dormammu comes. He can come onto this earthly plane, but only in one of his in a
Like a chosen form.
like
kind of.
a meat suit that allows him access.
So like a
Oh,
kind of like
kind
a
of like in Supernatural. The
Yeah, like a
angels and the
Lucifer.
demons can
Yeah.
only
Yes.
come in.
But
yeah,
it's
if they're-
got
well,
to
I
be
guess
a
demons.
willing vessel.
Yes.
And
yeah.
but a couple hours with Dormammu inside of them, and they die.
oh, so
So-
it's
Too
like
much to handle. Too much God to handle.
Too cold to hold.
Yeah.
they call
Uh-huh.
it Dormammu. It's like,
Does he like let you know
couldn't
that?
do
He's
it.
like
No,
he's like
he was rubbing it in Strange's face.
he's like, dude, I'm gonna
He's-
take over
he's
your
just like,
body if
hey.
you say yes, and you'll be dead in like a couple minutes.
So it's Parlay Day. So
Okay.
Strange is walking down memory lane with Dormammu and telling him all the times that he has kicked his godlike ass or devil-like ass.
Wow.
And it's actually really cool because
Christian may be taking that home with him.
Christian might be stealing that from me.
no,
So,
it looked
Yeah.
cool, and I'm not gonna
That's
lie
very
though.
cool.
I really thought that it was gonna be.
there's
I
a
thought that
twist.
was.
This
I
is
thought that
pretty
was
badass.
twist. I thought that was Strange and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I
Or
thought
it
that
actually looks like Strange and Johnny Storm.
Yeah, like
Johnny Storm, Human Torch.
see, it does. It looks cool as hell. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be.
Yeah. And then in the park, playing
Playing
some
chess.
chess. Why the fuck not?
I love how that's just got to be a common sight in the Marvel universe, where you're just walking through Central Park and there's a guy on fire playing chess with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I love it.
Apparently, you described that comic so well. It's titillated all of our audience. Now
Oh,
they're
good.
having a whole thing,
A
about it,
whole
yes.
conversation
Yes,
about it?
conversation about it.
Well, then go to your local comic book
About
shop and buy
Strange
some
Yes,
rubbing
fucking
himself
comics.
into
Yeah.
Mama's face.
I'm telling you,
and yes,
I ain't making this shit up, folks. It's right in here.
It's right in
It's not
Rub it
even in
in
the
his
adult
face?
section
You
of the
bet.
stash.
And
So, Mike,
speaking of
Mike.
in the adult section,
Mike, don't go full Don Knotts. Be careful.
let me tell you something, Andy.
Yes, I see it. I
Yeah, show the folks
see
at
it. Yes,
home.
to show the folks at home.
There you go.
Oh, his favorite. This is
My-
his favorite
I
superhero.
love
Power
Power
Girl.
Girl.
He
She's
loves
awesome.
his Power Girl.
So this is Power Girl. Power Girl's still Kryptonian, but she's got some kick-ass new powers.
And
So-
big, gigantic.
She's always
powers.
had big,
She's got a big,
gigantic.
gigantic personality.
Mhm.
She did.
She does. Mhm.
And so she doesn't feel like she's part of the Kent family, but damn it, she is. So, but she goes out there and she is under the sway of Johnny Sorrow, who is, again, a very cool villain that was created by Jeff Johns, or might have been James Robinson. James Robinson or Jeff Johns, I'm not really sure.
There's a nod to Monster House in this book.
Of course there are. I'm sure there's a
Well,
bunch of nods.
you ever seen that movie, Monster
No,
House?
no.
So it was an animated movie that came out in like 2008 or 2009.
Is it anime?
Yeah, it's an animated movie, but like that's actually the house from the movie. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
No, I was just looking through the book and I was like, oh, a little reference. I think.
Yeah, they do that.
Power
all the time.
Girl needs a. No, she doesn't. She's fine.
A boob reduction? Yeah, that's right.
I was reading and I was like, I'm not gonna give it to
Yeah,
Engelbert.
no.
So this is a cool little book.
Yeah, it's a very cool book. And it's also got a fun little backup story with Fire and Ice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Fire and Ice are very cool. And Guy Gardner shows up. And
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I have to say that our studio audience are fucking brilliant. They should be up here, or we should be in the audience. You guys are killing it
That'll be
today.
a funny episode. We swap with
I
Engelbert.
know, yeah.
Swap
Oh,
with Engelbert.
Oh, not well,
Shane.
all of them. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, turn the camera around.
Yeah. It's their
It's
show
like
for
it's-
once.
Exactly. It's your
But those
show,
are our top
guys.
five.
that's our top five.
That's our top five.
I'm digging it. Those,
Yeah,
those seem
exactly.
Some cool, those seem like some cool books, my
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, we had some good times.
Yes, you
And we
did.
did.
Yeah, we really did. We trawled the we
Oh,
we
and by the way,
trawled
there's a
for-
special. May I just do a special?
Sure,
yeah,
sure. I was just
special
gonna-
mention.
Yep.
And Amazing Spider-Man 26 came out this week, and the only reason I don't have it up here is because it's sold out. There's a death of a major Marvel character. I'm not going to tell you who. You can go online and find out, but it's the death of a major Marvel character who's going to be in an upcoming Marvel movie 6 months from now.
Ooh.
So, and you can probably figure it out from there.
Mhm,
So-
mhm.
Okay. You know what? Then this is because we're talking about movies. You mentioned movies, and I wanted your guys' take on this. So, for those who are following it, and for those who know, we're still in the midst of a writer's strike, or at least the
Yes.
WGA is still striking, and it looks like the Directors Guild might actually get some action in on this as well.
Good deal.
The Directors Guild might also strike, and so might SAG. Which is crazy because then all three
heard
big
about that.
powerhouse unions might strike at once.
Wow.
But
Mhm.
that being said, there's still some movies that are being made right now,
Hmm.
and I'm a little bit worried.
Okay.
For example, during the last writer's strike, we had an X-Men movie called Wolverine get made.
Yes, and that should never have been made.
No, but now now
No, it
now
should-
the
Wow.
problem we're
Old
dealing
Man
with
Logan should never have done.
now the problem we're dealing with.
Old Man Logan.
I love Old Man
Terrible
Logan.
movie. I hate it.
Anyway,
Yes.
now the problem we're dealing with is that a movie like Deadpool 3 is in active production during this said
Oh
strike.
no!
And now, technically, because he is a writer for it, Ryan Reynolds is not allowed to improvise on set. So,
Wow.
like, what is your take on a movie that should? Do you think movies, especially comic book movies, should just kind of hit the pause, or do you think that those that were in the midst of it should just kind of keep trudging through it?
No, I think you should hit pause. Especially, Ryan Reynolds, he's a writer, right?
Yes.
He should hit pause. He should be like, you know what? And I'm surprised that he doesn't have a writer in his contract that says, in the event of a writer strike, a director strike, any strike, even, a sanitation strike, we can pause the movie and, pick it up when all the shit.
except-
I totally agree. I think
Except
Deadpool.
that, I mean, I don't know. Just from the very, I mean, what was I? I came by the set 2 times when you were filming Comic Book Men, but even just coming by those 2 times and seeing all the work that goes into setting up the space and all the equipment and all the staff that are needed to run all the different parts. I mean, just to hit a pause button on a movie doesn't seem. I mean, could you really do that, or would it be?
Well,
Technically, at least in my opinion, movies don't stop being written when they start being filmed.
no.
They
Oh.
don't, and I think that's the same with television as well. Like that's why writers
Okay.
are on set because
Well,
actor-
we had no writers on Comic Book Men, so
yeah, no. Well, that was reality. Like
Yeah.
that's why people are thinking like now, which is it's going to happen. Reality shows are going to be like the thing that's just start to pop up now again.
Because you don't need to.
Because you
have-
guys
yeah.
like during the writer strike, that was kind of the only programming that could legally get made, and well, more reality based stuff because you don't need a writer. Technically, some of them still did.
I
but-
mean, is it fair? No.
No.
But it's not fair for the fucking suits to be holding people hostage because
No, I was just
they
actually
don't
just.
capitulate. Not, and I
Yeah,
don't
my,
even
yeah,
think
my
it's
question was just
capitulating.
like, logistically, could you actually like how much would it cost to hit the pause button just from in terms of equipment and things like that? you know,
well, I
yeah.
mean, it wasn't because of the writer strike, but I mean, it happened with Guardians 3 because James got fired. They hit the pause on
it's
that.
true.
And then they
Yeah.
were then they rehired him, but then had to pause because of the pandemic. So then that got restarted. So there was a couple of times where Guardians got started, then stopped, then started,
Yeah.
then stopped.
It's true.
So while it is costly, of course, because you still want to keep that same creative team, I don't think Deadpool 3 is going to be at an advantage because they filmed with no improv on set. I think that's kind of what helps Deadpool kind of find
Yeah.
the humor in what they
it's
do.
footing, yeah, of course.
Because yes, what you write on the page can be dope, but for all we know, what they wrote on the page was essentially a guideline.
Yeah.
And because you can follow that guideline to an extent, but you can change it every take.
I mean, I think Ryan Reynolds improvises in every movie. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Waiting was almost nothing but improv.
I mean, that's kind of what ruined Wolverine. Like they only had Wolverine and Transformers 2 notably went into their productions with just outlines of scenes. And I think most of the time the actors were kind of improvising what the fuck was being said, which is nuts. And it also kind of explains some things. But yeah,
What did Engelbert say? They keep going up.
I have no idea.
Me neither. So,
I think everybody's just kind of like
This is-
hoping
Yeah.
prime time for reality TV, the real comic book men of New Jersey.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
more.
I'd
I
be
smell
game.
reboot.
I
Thank
smell reboot.
Ooh.
Yeah, people just now are like, oh yeah, since reality's back,
comic book man.
Comic
Survivor.
book man.
Survivor. Could go through all the trials that superheroes go through in the comic books.
yeah, all three unions striking, prime time for comic book men
I don't
revival.
think we'd last that long. I think we'd probably flame out episode 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Eva Pedersen.
Krispy
Just-
Kreme
we're
donuts.
just reading the
hot and
comments,
fresh now,
guys. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, now
That's
it's time
good.
for us to let's hit some
Hit
things.
some notes. Let me
Yeah,
see.
we got some stuff to promote.
Yeah, we do have a little bit to promote. So just reminding everybody all the time that Secret Stash Press, which is Quick Stops right now, it's Quick Stops and Masquerade, are, you can sign up to be a subscriber to Kev's Comics Club. Why? I just blanked. I don't know.
You can also
Um,
do the Live from the Secret Stash OnlyFans page.
No. Oh, really? We're doing one of those?
Why not?
That's awesome. That'll be your news to announce
There you
later.
go.
So anyway, yes, you can go to the stashes, the Secret Stash online, hit Kev's Comics Club, and you can read all the details about it. So basically, it's a huge steal. So if you love to collect and you like to have everything in a series, each book is published with 3 different covers. One cover is an exclusive cover to the Secret Stash. Kevin signs it. If you were to walk into the store and walk out without shipping, it would cost you over $35 to get all the books plus tax.
Damn you.
But if you sign up as a Kev's Comics Club member, you can get all 3 covers of every single issue, first 8 issues, 1 through 8 of Masquerade, 1 through 8 of Quick Stops for $30, delivered right to your door
Per issue.
Per issue.
Which is
so
3 issues. One signed
3
by
books.
Kevin.
Yep, 3 books. Yep. And and Masquerade number 5 just got delivered to all of our subscribers last week, and it's here waiting for you guys to come in and grab it off the shelf. It's also available online if you want to check it out online. 6 is coming out on June 21st, and 7 and 8 are already scheduled, and they'll be delivered in August, right? In September, yes.
Yes.
And that will wrap up Masquerade number 1 through 8. After that, Quick Stops is expected to start publishing again in December. And that will be December, January, February, and March. And that will wrap up the first 8 issues of Quick Stops. We're having a signing here. You've heard us talk about this before. July 1st is sold out. We added 2 reservation hours on a second day to accommodate more folks. And there are still some tickets available.
Limited number.
But there are some. So if you want to hit us up online, you can go and check that out and register. Let me see.
I got one shout out I want to give before we continue.
Yep.
I want to give a huge shout out to Mark Lamb. He sent me an awesome little gift in the mail that I was not expecting, and I'm having a great time reading it. He sent me the Green Hornet Batman 66 crossover that Kevin and Ralph did, and it is kick ass. It's out
fun.
Of
print, and congratulations.
It's such a good read, Mark. You are the fucking man for that. Thank you. You're so
a
much,
Mark.
Thank you. Continue. Sorry.
No, I mean that's fine. The last piece of business I have is
fuck the suits.
We didn't have any really great fuck the suits.
Because of the writer's strike, you can go fuck yourselves. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, suits,
pay your fucking writers
decently, and let's get back to work. Everyone wants to see more good shit. Reservists. So we talked about the pull box, previous pull box earlier. We've gone online. It's fantastic. It has enabled us to service our customers who walk in the store a lot more.
Servicing our customers. Rubbing it in their faces. I mean, come on, guys.
Wait, stop. That's what the OnlyFans is
That's
for.
right. Sorry.
It's also made it a lot easier for us to do a good job with customers who we mail to as well. So giving them a lot more variety and choices. So we're super pleased with that. If you're interested in becoming a reservist, hit me up on thecrewaskew@gmail.com.
Or call the store.
Or you can call the store and we'll send you an invite.
Or if you subscribe to the OnlyFans right now, it's 10% off for the next 30 days.
I'll let you guys talk about the OnlyFans. Since I don't even know anything about the OnlyFans, but apparently you guys are enamored of the idea. And so hold on. Is OnlyFans...
It's that porn stuff.
Oh, is it just open?
No, it's not all. It might as well be, but it's not all porn. But it's like a friend of mine told me that she was going to get together with her sister and like have pictures of their feet on there and stuff like that. So it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
okay,
kinky.
It's basically make your own subscription service,
and people pay for that stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of money to see other people's feet.
Mostly Japanese businessmen, but yes,
that's hysterical. I can't believe that. That is hysterical.
You're calling out Quentin Tarantino right now.
People have way too much money. Holy shit.
I'll call out Quentin Tarantino all the time.
So what are we going to have on our OnlyFans? What are we going to have on the OnlyFans for the stash?
Feet.
Oh, no, don't. No, don't do it, Mike.
Don't
do it. No, don't do it.
There you go.
Because no one's paying for it yet. They have to pay. Do they pay a lot of money?
Well,
they do.
They do.
Japanese businessmen, honey, I'm telling you,
you could earn a lot of money, huh?
They're swimming in the yen.
I do want a sauna. Yeah. You keep having to put it off, So maybe could I make enough money?
Real tomato ketchup, Betty? Nothing but the best.
I wonder what I would do. Okay.
Actually, I'm wearing my white
Chris
shoes.
Is taking submissions for Mike's feet drawings.
Oh God.
Don't fucking put that out there. You know he would. Yeah. He's gonna send me a fucking sketch after this, and I'm gonna be so weirded out. He'll be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And I never heard from them again. They went off the air entirely. That's right.
Exactly. Garen's like, pull the plug. I don't want to have anything more to do with this.
Oh my God.
We didn't just jump the shark, did we? No, I don't think so.
No,
and all before episode 50. Damn.
I know. Damn it.
Isn't that crazy? We're almost at 50
I know.
episodes.
It's pretty cool.
That is amazing.
Yes. So
that's all
and this weekend. This weekend, if you're in town, so is Ralph Garman
for Hollywood Babylon,
and they're doing one on Sunday afternoon. Correct?
No, I think we're just doing this one this weekend.
Just a one?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard there was a Comic-Con Babylon, but
there is another event.
I might be
on
wrong,
Sunday, but I don't know that much about that one, but yeah,
Nobody tells me
the
squat.
East Coast edition of HBO. Hey, now that dumb HBO has given
Max?
given itself over to Max, maybe they'll let their copyright or their trademark.
Okay, so it's just the one.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Go,
we're also
and then
doing.
Kevin can trademark that.
We're also the Good Soup Live with Typhoid Boza.
Yeah.
So come
That's
down
the
and
9th, right?
get
Yeah,
the
that's
HIV.
on the 9th. And then on the 15th, we're doing a watch with Kev of the new Batman movie.
Which you already know the ending to. So,
yeah, which
you
I
know,
already
know that.
fucking know.
Okay.
The
The night of 7/1, July 1st. They're doing a Clerks Cartoon Festival
Yes, they
over at the
are.
Smod Castle
with all the episodes.
with special guests Jeff Anderson and
And?
Brian O'Halloran.
It's going to be a
right.
good time,
Yes.
folks.
That is going to be a good time.
And then the next day is Blues Brothers. Is one of Kev's movies. So
and I had a chance to speak with a filmmaker who came in, just graduated or is graduating from NYU Film School. Really, really talented, really fascinating person, and was excited to be able to pull up Smodcastle Cinema's website and show her how to log on to submit her film for the second annual Smodcastle Film Festival. So just so you know, if any filmmakers are on the stream listening or watching this later, you have until June 20th, I believe. Is the
June
absolute
20th for the regular
is
deadline,
deadline,
and then
yeah.
the August 1st for like the final deadline.
Oh, I didn't know there was a final.
you can
after
you can
June
actually
20th.
give like
Okay.
money.
You can actually.
No, I
give
mean
money.
that's what you have to do is like, hey, here's
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
My film's great. Here's
So
Very
do
well
you
made.
think that? I mean, I've never reviewed, but I mean, last year, you got like 1,000 different submissions or over 1,000 submissions. So I wonder, I wonder if you submit early, like before everyone's just sick to fucking death of their eyeballs getting dried out watching all these movies. If you have like a better chance.
This year
or-
we have a sizable amount of people watching the movies.
Oh,
this year.
that's
It's
good.
not
Okay.
just Ernie. So I think that this year it is definitely.
Did they have to hook him up to an IV last
Oh,
year?
yeah,
And he was wearing Depends and stuff like that. He couldn't move. He just had to sit there.
There was a reason why Ernie wasn't around a lot during the festival. It was because people would have thought, what is that monster roaming around the castle? Oh, that's just the man who had to watch all the movies.
What is he like, the Phantom of the Theater?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what I do call Kevin when he's at the theater. I call
Phantom
him,
of the
oh,
Theater.
no, I call him the Phantom.
Because
Because sometimes I'll just be working in the booth, and then sometimes I'll just be like, "How's it look? Oh, it looks great."
Yeah, you feel a hand on your shoulder. You're like, motherfucker! Oh, hi. How you doing?
Get into an instant fighting post, just like because I know there's so many ghosts there.
Like you're wearing Depends constantly. Oh shit!
Oh,
damn
my
it!
God.
That's cool.
Gotta go change my
That's
panties.
it. That's it. Unless you want to talk more about
No,
the OnlyFans.
I
site.
think
No, we're
I
good?
think
Okay.
people know enough about my OnlyFans at Christian Cordes. I think that's it, guys. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Live from the Secret
We'll
Stash.
see you 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from
today,
today, we are not
we'll
going to be around next week.
Bring all the info back from.
Yeah, we'll have
the
some
summit.
fun.
we'll have some fun
shit
stuff.
to talk about.
Yeah. So, that being said, good night, everybody.
Hey kids, we're live at the Secret Stash with Mike, Julia, and Christian. It's a hella bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat, and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs, cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude.